Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yeah, A. I really feel like I got the A spelling right. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay. Yo, I told you there'd be mere things at this party, dog. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yeah, hey. You're listening to the Syndicate. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay. That's right, the Syndicate. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay. You're listening to the Syndicate. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay. We would have also accepted. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What you dealing with? And then you can end with the same thing. The yeah, eh? It's very flexible. Yeah, don't make me pull out the machine, dog. The machine is a gun, but they call it da machine. Like the machine, but they say da machine. You don't make me break out da machine, dog. Fuck around and get a defaz. A defaz means that they would shoot you in the head. That's why they would make you deaf, right? When it seems that they're implying a shot in the side of the head because it affects your ears. You know, for example, yo, you better back up off me, dog. Don't make me pull out da machine. That's right, the Syndicate. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yeah, hey. Today on Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yeah, hey. Well, welcome to the Syndicate. Yo, what's going on, Shorty? What's poppin'? Yahhh.
What's the his apps?
Yeah, don't fade my lyrics, bro.
What's good? What's the time over there?
1:30.
It's a good time to be active. You still on Manish time?
No, I have a presentation to the schools tomorrow, and so I'm just up a bit late, getting everything ready so I can sleep easy, you know?
Yeah, nothing worse than having to do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
Rushing
you
around
understand.
and the other.
Nah, I I don't want to rush things anymore. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, I still fall for the trap all the time, but I know what you mean.
There's a difference between working quickly and rushing. You know what I mean? Like you can work quickly
Yeah.
without rushing.
It's all about how much time you give yourself, right?
Or just the I remember Dane Cook talked about how there's a fine line between anxiety and excitement. And so if you can take that anxiety and reinterpret it as excitement, you experience it you experience the same physiology differently.
Mm.
Like unproductive excitement is anxiety.
Yeah. It's kind of where I've been reframing a bit. I've been because I'm not drinking at the moment. I've been taking that anxiety and just diving into whatever, and then with art stuff, music, I'll just sit there for hours until I'm just like spent. Or I've been playing Cyberpunk the last few nights, which has been a lot of fun. Like actually just sort of sitting down and enjoying it. Like, hey, I own this game. Why don't I enjoy it? You know?
It's a beautiful game.
Yeah. Um, they'll just keep uncovering more and more. So I'm stuck in a loop of you know, that open world game loop where you just keep discovering new things and it keeps roping you in. Like I think it was up to like 12:30, 1 in the morning last night playing, and I was like, nah, I gotta go to sleep. But it's nice as well actually having some playtime because it's like fucking crows, man. Um, it's like otherwise it's all work, which is great, but you get a bit tired of it.
Can you read the title?
Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's popping? Yeah, hey, yeah.
You do it fast.
Hang on. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What is popping? Yeah, yay. Tried to put on my Siri voice.
Beautiful. Thanks for that.
I'm almost due back at class. We've had a 15-minute little break for the last break of the day, and then we're doing we're building door frames and doors at the moment for this like block and windows. So that's fun. Get to use the scary machines, table saws, and that kind of stuff.
It's almost like industrial art.
Pretty much. I mean, there's definitely an art to it, but it's all about just being patient and not rushing. as you say. Like just making sure everything lines up, getting all your measurements correct. It becomes a bit of a puzzle. They make us do these drawings where they give you certain guides, but they don't tell you where everything's meant to be, so you sort of have to infer it from things around it. So that's a fun time.
In a
Uh,
in a quantum world, do you measure 4 times and cut twice?
for me, it's more like I cut once and then, sorry, I measure once and then cut 4 times, but or does it measure half a time and cut 4 times?
I heard the more you cut the product, the less quality it is.
Um, we tend to have the attitude of it's better long than short because you can always, bring it back down to what it's meant to be instead of
What
the
What do
opposite.
you
You
think,
can't
Sherry?
add more on, can you?
What do you think, Sherry? Better long than short?
Hold on, I missed that conversation, so I don't want to like step into anything. What long, short?
Yeah, Peter's deciding if it's better to be long than short.
I'll just go mid-range. How about that?
That's
No, but then
politically
it's not right.
correct.
Playing it safe. Hold on, I'll be back.
See what you started.
Classic. Do I want to go back in? Yes. I'm hungry, man. I can't wait to eat today.
More meat pies? Or is that being a euphemism the whole time?
You'll never know in the carpenter's world.
They had a plot line about that in Sopranos, season 5, I think.
Yeah, right. I never watched The Sopranos, but here it's good.
I saw an AI that talks like Tony Soprano. It's pretty good.
I'll probably get around to it one day. Alright, I'm gonna head back to class, see what's up over there, and go
Where are
finish
you
this day.
going, Peter? Where are you going?
Going back to the workshop at TAFE.
Oh, really? I just finished school, so it must be earlier where you are. Okay.
It's about 2:30 here.
Yeah.
So we got about another hour or so.
Yeah, it's 5:30 here. Cool.
Alright, I'm off. Take care.
Enjoy. So what's up?
We're just enjoying Peter reading the title.
The Syndicate year was going on. Shorty was oh God. That's
You got
cute.
it pretty good. And I'm in Canada, and because of Drake, the kids from Toronto have this half Canadian, half Jamaican, half hip hop accent. So I heard people talking today, and they said, "Yo, what's going on, Shorty? What's poppin'? Yay!" And I was like, "Oh, interesting." And so I got Peter to say it, and he said it like he was, reading Shakespeare, which was fantastic.
Yeah, what's happening overseas? I've had some people in another channel posting about water contamination or something. Is it in America?
Dude, it's fucked.
What
Yeah,
is? I've missed it because I was at school all day.
there was um an incident with a train, and that train is not too far. If you know Dan Rockwell, Floozy Speak, or if you know Raucus, they live in Ohio, and that's where this train apparently got derailed. And the problem is the train spill leaked. Um, into the river. And it's I'm trying to find it. Let's see. Somebody went. Oh, here it is. I'll put it at the top. Okay, I just put it at the top. So there's a lady in Ohio, and she goes by the riverside, and all she sees is dead fish. And that's in like the main river running through Ohio.
Yeah, I haven't. The link hasn't come up yet.
Oh, one sec. Let me do this instead. Hmm. Okay, I DM'd it to you. It's pretty scary.
Okay, I'll just have a look at this. Yeah, that's pretty tragic. So is it really, really bad, like the level of contamination?
Yeah, because it wasn't just a contamination, it lit on fire. And so it ended up looking like a small mushroom cloud.
Wow.
So they're dealing with the fire, which I imagine they put out, but I don't know, they might have to vaccinate the river.
Jeez. Wow.
And it's tough because, like, 20% of the world's fresh water is right in that vicinity.
So does America get their water from there? Is that what's happening?
North America,
North America. Okay.
yeah, 20% of the world's fresh water. God knows, you know?
Yes. Wow. Well, someone fucked up. So was there a leaking in a tank or something?
Well, cue the conspiracy theories. Da-na. Did it spill? Was it derailed? Was it lit on fire? Who knows? Depends who you follow on Twitter.
Yeah. The stuff on Twitter these days, I just saw someone post something about Obama and Michelle were videotaped having sex with victims like children or something, and you just think, is that real or is it not real? Do you know what I mean? It's getting really hard to know what to ignore and what to pay attention to, and I'm guessing it's going to get worse.
I edit video, and I know that, depending on how I cut an interview, I can paint someone as good, bad, or ugly, right? So now with deepfake technology, trust none of what you see and half of what you hear.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, well, if that footage is real, these people would be, surely they'd be in prison. So I don't know. It's becoming more and more difficult, and I guess, like I said, it's probably going to get worse. Knowing what to pay attention to and what not to. So I just
It's fascinating, but I try to remember that, what I see is not all there is. I could be reading, I could be reading blogs off the internet for 1,000 years and still not know what's going on the ground.
Yeah, and Twitter's a special beast, I think. It's has a life of its own, really, with Twitter.
It's interesting because, like, there was one account that I follow that made me really skeptical about everything. It's called Investments Hulk. Invest
Investments.
Hulk, yes. Like the comic book character Investments Hulk. And if you look it up, um, he has a tagline, "The weekends are for international chaos." And he posts, all the riots that are happening around the world, this, that, and the other. And I realized that what I was seeing on that channel, I wasn't seeing anywhere else. And I was like, I wonder how many more thousands of Twitter accounts that I could follow that would completely change my view of what's happening on the ground.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And it's quite tragic at the same time. Huh.
Because
So,
you're
and
seeing Twitter's kind of observational journalism,
yeah,
right?
it's an opinion or wanting to get more likes or shares. Like people, it's like, what's motivating you to put that up? Is it real news, or is it that you just want, to be famous for whatever? And it doesn't mean it's true, because people just want shares or whatever. And the interesting thing is people put it, in the back channels of where groups are, and no one questions it. They'll watch it, but that's the interesting bit. No one says, hey, where did this come from? What's the source?
Well, I think a lot of people, especially in the US, post things about topics that aren't really about the topic, but more about their politics, right? So there's always that undercurrent.
Yeah, I was listening to someone on a podcast, I can't remember who it was, who said, as religion's eroding away and people aren't really subscribing to it, we find that people are becoming more and more political, because it's sort of like replacing religion, or it's a new form of religion. And I was thinking,
The secular religion.
yeah, it's like people, there's good and bad again, right and wrong, good and evil in whichever side. If you're on one side, you say the other side's evil, and if you're on the other side, you look back and go, well, that side's evil. It's that separation, the othering, I guess, that we tend to do, and I think we're designed to believe in something bigger than us, and when we remove religion, then something else takes its place. So we're pretty tragic animals. So it's interesting though.
I think you're absolutely right. Yeah,
Yeah.
some people use Star Wars, some people play video games, and if you ask them trivia about it, they know as much about it as a pope knows about the Bible.
It's like we all need that thing that's bigger than ourselves, and I guess our challenge is to find something that's useful and healthy. Um, yeah, people have to believe in something, I guess, beyond themselves.
People
Yeah,
will
yeah,
believe in something.
yeah.
What
They'll
that
find
is will
something.
change. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I I remember reading the Durants and they said that philosophy marked the end of religion in Egypt. The problem is Egypt's art was built on not on philosophy but on religion. So when the religion was removed, so too did the art. And we don't see that loss necessarily in real time.
mm,
Like somebody said that I remember listening to a lecture and the guy argued that Jesus was the best um, artist of all time because he never sang a song, yet there's all these songs about him.
mm,
He never drew a picture, but there's so many, the Michelangelos and blah blah blah, right?
mm.
So
Yeah, I guess his image is everywhere. I don't know if it was Jesus who made himself famous, or it was just the storytellers.
Or if it was a copy and paste from Sumerian mythology.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know. But
Yeah,
stories are
we won't.
great.
Well, because we lost the Library of Alexandria, right? So anything before that is completely,
Mm. I was saying this to a friend the other day who was talking about, wanting to build a business, and I said, look, and he was like, do I get a farm? Do I do this? Do I do that? And I said, look, just whatever you make, whether it's like a retreat, whether it's selling food, you've got to have a good story that people can subscribe to. I remember, when we had Subway, there was a fat guy that was, in pants, and the pants were double his size. And everyone loved that story. So Subway got really popular. And I was saying, if you do whatever you do, just give it a good story and make sure that people feel good about it, and it'll probably go well. I think we're designed to belong to something larger than ourselves, and we like stories, and we want to be a part of that story. Maybe that's why gaming's good too for people. They get to be part of that, whether it be World of Warcraft or whatever it is that kids jump into, and they can, be in the
Yeah,
game.
the
Mm.
community, right? You
Yeah,
see it,
yeah.
you see it here on Twitter, where
Mm.
people are getting together,
Mm.
not because of the community, but because crypto or what have you, right? And they enjoy it. I see them having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think when we had radio and TV, it was a one-way interaction, so you were quite passive. Whereas the new Web3, I guess, is very interactive. It's very immersive, where it really gets the neurons firing and the chemicals really happening. So people get addicted.
Well, it's also kind of like the ultimate talking championship.
Yeah, yeah.
I will
So
destroy you with my opinions. Dana.
I know they're truths. I tell the truth. They're not opinions. They really happened, and
Uh-huh.
I'm tuned into the latest thing that's happening, of course, in the world.
Mhm. Oh, you don't know that thing that happened 2 seconds ago? Well, how could you like?
Look,
Yeah,
I get instant downloads, man.
it's like Street Fighter, but with their mouth.
The ultimate truth. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, I've been on Spaces for a while now. I've seen some real
Yeah,
shit go down.
you know what's going on. You can see it for what it is. I
Yeah,
like to.
yeah.
Um, uh, Anna Mariah described it as when the revival comes to town.
The
And
revival.
every yeah. So if you've ever seen those small tents that they have church in the
Oh yeah.
countryside, yeah, right, and they promise eternal salvation if you just hold this NFT.
Mm, yeah.
I get it. Because you don't go to church, so this is your church. You don't go to bars, so this is your bar. You don't have any friends, so these are your friends.
Mm, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I wonder, I wonder what's going to happen long term. Well, I'm doing the mental health module at school, sort of gone back for a top up. And we were talking about isolation today, and how that is really bad for your mental health, and what happens out of that, and also the lack of movement, the lack of exercise, how that your mental health starts deteriorating there as well, and your body as well, I guess, really has pretty devastating effects. And I just wonder, when we'll do some research on these sorts of platforms, a longitudinal study, you know, what happens. But I don't think we'll be studying it for a while.
The worst form of punishment in jail is isolation. But if you gave them a phone and gave them Twitter Spaces, I think they'd be just fine in isolation because they'd be together alone.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, like, if we were to look at the person's health on a cognitive level and not moving as well, on a physiological level, what we might find, you know, a year or two down the track, you know, do these sorts of platforms have an effect on functioning, mental functioning, and do they have an effect on physical functioning? I'm guessing yes with physical functioning, because people don't move when they're on Spaces, and I've held a lot of Spaces saying, you know, are you guys like neglecting your house? Is the laundry piling up and there's dishes piled up somewhere on your own Twitter Spaces? You know, did you feed your kids? So I'd always remind them to go and do what they need to do, take a break and come back. And a lot of people did say, you know, thanks for the reminder. I'd say, you know, have you washed? Have you showered? Because there was a period there when people just couldn't get off Twitter Spaces. They were on there 24/7. Don't know if that's happening now because I jump in less. So it'd be interesting to do sort of like a study in relation to what happens to people long term on these new social media platforms.
Yeah, I know there's a tendency for people only to be exposed to the content that confirms their bias. I can see that. A few months ago, I unfollowed everyone I was following. I'm going to start from scratch again.
You unfollowed everyone you were following. How did that come about? What was the motivation?
I was looking through my feed and I was like, yeah, I get it. You know? I was just looking at it and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I've already muted like maybe 20 or 30 words. Right? Mostly politics, because that's not something I can control. Right? You know, medical stuff. I really cleaned up my timeline. That was a good one. I got to do Eurovision next. That's the next thing I have to follow.
Did you say Eurovision?
Yeah.
That's like the song contesty thing?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So were you addicted to Eurovision there for a bit?
No, it just when I see it, it's just like, nope, it's not my cup of tea.
Oh, yeah. I think I watched that once because of a friend that was addicted to it in Australia.
It's big, man.
Yeah, he loved it. He'd have Eurovision nights where you go over and have drinks and chips and shit. But it's not my thing either.
So fun.
Yeah, Glenn. That's what his name was, Glenn.
Oh my God. Yeah. Not my aesthetic. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, you know.
Yeah. Not for me either. Not sure about Eurovision.
So all a bit over the top for me. I'm a simple kind of guy.
Yeah. Me too. I'm pretty boring myself. I don't. I garden and make shit and go to school when I get bored.
Yeah, there's the latest like controversy is whether Hollywood is pushing like Satanism. So they were looking at the recent, if you look it up, you'll,
So
you know,
is this
because of
like what was that guy, the singer? Oh God, Sam Smith. Is it like the
yeah,
Sam Smith?
exactly.
I saw a bit of that. So Is he really pushing the devil or Satanism? Is he, or
You
is
could
this?
you couldn't know, right?
I mean, we used to have was it the Bangles?
Mhm,
I'm your Venus, I'm
mhm,
your fire, it's your desire.
mhm.
I don't know if that made us evil.
Yeah, yeah. And just one of those things,
I
right?
mean, Sam Smith's his music has gone a little bit blur. I'm not liking his latest stuff that he's putting out there. Uh like that cheating one. I forget what it was called. Something about the body shop. I didn't appreciate that either. Yeah, it's like that's fucked up, Sam. Whereas his previous stuff was a lot better, and you just wonder if he's got sycophants around him that are just telling him
Mhm.
to do this shit. Yeah, because I guess you don't want to get too famous because no one says no to you anymore.
I remember seeing John Mayer talk about it, and he said like once this stardom grows, you go from a person to a person in kind of like a people on a construction site
Mm-hmm.
and they're in one of those machines and they're just moving the levers and the levers pick up the dirt and move it and put it down.
Mm-hmm.
He said that's what stardom was like.
Is it like autopilot? Is that what he meant?
Well, it's just like you're not picking up the dirt. You're
Mm.
moving a machine that picks up dirt. And
Is
sometimes
it?
it smacks someone in the face,
It's
but you're so
interesting.
far removed from it that it's not the same thing. Go ahead, Spooky. You're
Interesting.
famous. Maybe you can tell us what it's like.
Hey, Spooky, are you famous? Can we have your autograph?
Good day, everybody. Sherry,
Hey.
I'm not famous. Uh, I'm just a singer. And Michael, I mean, I have conflicting views on this particular issue because I'm religious, but I also am looking at like the entertainment side of it. Like the song that he performed like that is titled Unholy. So unless you're criticizing the fact that he wrote a song titled Unholy, like the depiction of the song was supposed to give you that unholy vibe. You understand? It was supposed to be depicted in a way that whoever has not heard the song before would think, wait, what is this? Like, what is this? You know, the song itself was like good. I understand. Like it was one of my favorite songs. I didn't think they would put it together like that,
So you're
but they
saying
did.
that if one were to write a song called Unholy,
Yeah.
he hit the mark.
I mean, like if
I
you
get it.
sat down, yeah, I get it. Like if you sat down to write an unholy song and you wanted to perform the song and you use devil horns, I'm thinking, I mean, would you have rather like put angel wings on? Like you get
Hmm.
like it doesn't make sense. So like I'm looking at that side and I'm also looking at,
I can see that.
you can see
Hmm. Hmm.
you can see him with angel wings on.
Well,
Really?
I mean, I can appreciate the fact, I can appreciate the perspective that he might have where he was clean cut for 99% of his life. And now he's
I mean,
probably
yeah.
upsetting a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
You
so
see,
he's, yeah, adopting that
Michael,
character.
listen. From the beginning, like beginning of his career, right? He was not controversial, but his existence was, you know, like he was one of the like the breakout like gay singers. And people, a lot of people, religious people do not like gay people. So he has not been devoid of controversy, right? I think now he's really like using it. Before he was just like a pawn in the game. I don't know whether he was doing it on purpose, but
Now
now
he's a
he's like
porn in a
taking
game.
control. Now he's taking control of it, like of it, and doing things that will make people like talk. And I mean, like, there's a singer here, a dancehall singer here, Shatawali. I'm sure you know him. And he's like, it's called show business for a reason.
Hmm.
You show something and then you do the business in the background. Like, unless you do not understand what show business about, like, some of these things will bother you. Like, some people think that morality and all of that are ways to measure like entertainers.
I wonder where we
Hey,
got that
honestly,
idea from.
a lot of people, like, you see, and I don't know, it's like a societal thing. People think that they have a better opinion or a better way for you to live your life. Like, everybody thinks they know how your life could go. Everybody has an opinion, and sometimes it's good, but most times it's like, it's my life. Like, you can advise, but the end decision lies with me. You get it?
But aren't we all philosophers? Like we all want to be philosophers,
Yeah.
and we want to say what the good life is. But I think you've got to find your own rhythm. I can't dance to your rhythm because I'm not you. And I think once people understand that we're like notes of music, and each of us have a different rhythm and rhyme, then we'd probably leave each other alone and stop trying to impose how life should be lived on other people.
It's amazing, right? Like, there's good women. There's people that think that, like, you know when they see somebody on the rise, especially when the person is talented, that because they like them, they get to have a say on in how, like, they blossom. And even when they are like stars as big as Rihanna, like, everybody wants to be like, oh, okay, so yeah, do it like this because you did like this in the past and it worked for you. Like, I mean, give people grace and like allow them to think for themselves. Like, and people are so like entitled to their opinion. It's like, it's a suggestion. Yes, I get it. Like, I can think about it and make the decision myself. But people want to tell you what to do. Like, oh God, it's
Mm.
terrible.
Yeah, I think you need to tell your own truth because then you're aligned and then you're authentic. But if I'm being you, I'm not aligned and I'm not authentic, so I'm going to fail at being you. Um, and the only way you can succeed is by actually being yourself because you can't be anything else. And then, I don't know if you meet some people in life and when you sit with them and you talk with them, they really resonate. You really vibe with them because you know that they're connected to their own source. And I think that comes true regardless of what you do, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a musician, whether you're a psych, whether you're a friend or a lover. Um, you feel that person because they're well centered and you really want to be around those people. There's something about people who are, you know, well, who tell the truth unashamedly and they are at their own center and we're intrigued by them and we want to be like them. So it's not so much that I should be like you, but I should be like myself if I want that. But it's contradictory, isn't it? It's like most people don't get that. Rihanna's not famous because of what she did. She probably followed her own rhythm and passion, and you can't get there by trying to be her. And I don't think many people understand that.
And you said something like, there's also like fans that really like you, so like they want you to act like them. I don't Wow, like, it's incredible. Like, I think,
Yes, Vicky, you should be
yeah.
like me more. Mm.
It's funny, bro. Like, this whole Sam Smith thing, I got some of the commentary that came, and it made me feel like, okay, yes, like, yeah, morality and like all of that. But like, I'm also looking at it as an entertainer. There was no way like people were thinking that he was going to perform Unholy in any other way. It's just like they wanted something to talk about. Because like I want to know, Michael, maybe I'm like, maybe I'm wrong, but like how else could he have performed a song titled Unholy to grab your attention? Like I need like options. Maybe then I'll be like, okay, yeah, he could have done this instead of that. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, did you hear me?
I heard the end.
Yeah, sorry, I was asking like how else do you think Sam could have like performed Unholy to grab people's attention than how he did it?
No, I think you're right. I think that if you're going to write a song called Unholy, then you can't half-ass it.
Well, he did get a lot of attention. Everyone's talking about Sam Smith.
So in a lot of ways, it was effective.
And
Definitely.
and they made the money like that. So he showed you something, and then he made money in the end. Like that's showbiz. So unless like people don't understand it, guys,
Yeah, I'm
give
not.
me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Go for it.
The song, I guess the show was so good that even a Christian could like the Unholy song. So there you go.
Yeah, it survived Christian bias. I reckon
Yeah,
he's
there
done
you
well.
go. Not many have. That's funny.
Yeah, I was saying that to my daughter. I was saying, it's interesting. Even I guess bad publicity is still good publicity because there's probably less people in the world right now who don't know Sam Smith.
Hmm.
I'm just having some salad. Hey, Hells, what's up?
Hello, Sherry, do you have a girl's impression?
Hmm?
Do you have a girl's impression?
I'm having salad right now.
It sounds like girls. Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, how are we? Just
Hello.
sipping a beer at the local bowls club. One of the little one plays in the playground, waiting for dinner to start. Finished. It's my first week back at work. Puke, but yeah, got to get some more cash flow in. So got to do what you got to do. How are we all? What are we up to?
So you're back to Tradie Trav?
Back to tradie Trav, yeah. But bit the bullet and stepped up to like a intermediary supervisory role, so I get to cop shit from both directions now.
Did you become an authority figure, Hells?
No, I'm not going to do the authority figure. I'm just taking the role. So I'll take the.
Doesn't that automatically catapult you into it? Like,
Nah,
hmm.
nah. Just keep doing what you normally do. I think if you feel like you're being catapulted, I think that's when you got the wrong idea. And just keep doing what I'm normally doing. And then if someone wants to come and ask for help, then I'll help them. I look at it more as a service role than like an authority figure. So there's a lot of lack of skills at the moment. So you sort of become more of a just training people when they come, they have an issue, help them out with the problem, rather than delegate and all that sort of crap. I'm not into that sort of stuff. It just doesn't work. I don't enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I can't do it too. No one takes me seriously.
Yeah, so
That's what I, that's why I learned how to do everything myself. I'm never satisfied when other people do this thing for me.
Spooky, how are we?
Hi, Hurls. I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
Yeah, getting through my first week back at work, so
Oh, nice.
chipping away.
Yeah, I was dealing with a lot, you know. Yeah, things are starting to stabilize now. So, yeah, I think you know, I was hiding myself to keep my sanity. And when I got back, I mean, my talent is still getting me the attention that I don't need right now. So, yeah.
Hold on, why are you hiding? What's happening?
I lost my mom, so like, I was in a moment of grieving, and I mean, I was trying to hide myself, but I also could not do it without making music, and the music I'm making is giving me attention, and I don't really need it like in this period, but I mean, it's there. So I just was like, okay, I mean, let me come back. So yeah, but Michael, like you mentioned something, like I also where I live or where I'm from, like in Takrady, you cannot be like good at one thing and like like be considered. Like for real, everybody is gonna be like, oh, I mean, can't you do this too? Or when they're looking for talented people and you're like, oh, I'm a singer. There's like thousands of you. Like, what makes you special? So you have to learn other skills. So that's why most singers and rappers from Taka they can sing, rap, play beats, mix, master. Like they do that because they want to stand out. Yeah, and sometimes it's not even about getting it done the right way. It's about getting it done. Because if you give your song to a producer and it's like stays in the studio for like months, sometimes it makes you lose the energy of the song. So if you know how to, mix and master yourself, you're good to go.
Yeah, it can be hard. I lost my mum 3 years ago.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry about
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's almost 3 years. So yeah, it happens. And yeah, I think when it is they're difficult stages, but it does take you to a new plateau and a new depth and a new vulnerability, and we can express that through art, music, and in beautiful ways, I guess. And yeah, maybe that time out is good where you get to connect with yourself and just take a bit of a rest. Mm, good on you.
Yeah, I tried that, but it didn't work. But I think maybe after the funeral, like I would have some alone time because then, like right now, I have stuff to do, and there is on a deadline. My mom's funeral is going to be in March, so like we need to make sure everything is ready before then. Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Kia. Hi, Kia. You pulled up
Hi
on us.
guys, good
How you doing?
evening. How are you all doing?
We're blessed. Ikia, before you say anything, can you read the title?
Um, yo, what's going on, shorty? What's popping? Yeah, eh?
That's spot on. Michael, did she get it?
Yeah, that was great. I mean, if you could add more ratchet, that would be great. But yeah, it's a good start.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Hmm. How you doing? It's been a while. You came to Ghana, I didn't see you, and then you
I
left back to
know,
Australia.
no, I'm so sorry, but yeah, I came to Ghana, had like the biggest culture shock for like the first 3 days. Was crying
What?
to be back to my country. Um,
Wow.
went through a lot of diarrhea because of the food.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically like what happened. went to the concerts, found out that you guys like, smoke a lot of weed. I did not know that was part of the culture. And then that's about it.
Are you still glad you went?
Yeah, but the people are nice, and I guess that's what made it, okay. It's just
Probably because it was so high.
yeah, the people are nice. The roads, I just don't want to get into it because I feel like I'm complaining. But I went there thinking it's been 11 years since I left. It's gonna look like what my roads look like over here. And boy, was I in for a shock. A very big shock. So yeah.
So you're not gonna go back and live in Ghana anymore?
I mean, I don't think I ever wanted to like live there.
Damn, Spooky, you just gonna take that? I mean, you're trying to leave too, so you can't really say anything.
Yeah. I mean, if you see the roads, I don't want to be the person saying it as an outsider, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to see a change and a difference because I'm the type of person where I'm just like, yes, it's a third world country or whatever, but I just expected so much growth because I'm like, I just expect no excuses. Like, whatever the Western world has gone through, we've probably gone through it, and our president knows how to run his mouth. So I expected changes, and the fact that the roads are half done is driving me nuts. So, yeah, that's just it. But I can't live there. I don't think I can.
Yeah, sorry, I cut out before. Ikia, I apologize for your first experience, but
No.
I mean, this is why you should have spoken to me so that I will give you a lowdown of how to ease yourself back into Ghana, like what to eat, like
I'm
where
shocked,
to
guys.
go. Yeah, but it's fine, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
I heard you complaining about the roads. I'm sorry, but your president is really, really doing a lot. Yeah.
But I'll go
He's
again this year. Maybe I didn't do it right last year, so I'm going to go again this year and
You
try out.
definitely didn't. You didn't see me, so you definitely didn't. Like, how can you come to Ghana and not see the landlord? What do you mean?
Okay, Spooky. It's okay.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Oh,
Hi, Harold.
Okay. Yeah, that's what happens. You're gonna say hello? Hello. My name's
hi,
Eloise. No.
Hi.
hi, hello.
Hello.
Who's the
Doing
little
that.
angel?
My name's Eloise, and I was doing it.
Oh, my name is Ellie. You can call me Ellie. Chloe.
Ellie. That's a nice name. And you gonna say
My
goodbye now?
my
Goodbye.
my name is
Oh, hang
Gabriel.
on.
You can call me Spooky.
Oh, spooky. That's
Okay.
spooky. That's spooky.
Very
That's
spooky.
Ellie. And then
Oh
that is
man.
Yui. Or so Yui. I call him.
Hi, it's
That,
so you.
that's so you. Or I call him Yui. That's spooky. I was this. That's Daddy.
That's Daddy.
And that's Ellie. And that's Ellie. So,
But
hello.
where's
N-
me?
nice to
Oh,
meet
good
you.
question. You have to
So,
become an adult when you and then you get one. When you get an adult, become an adult. Okay. All right. Say bye bye. Bye bye. Like your
Bye
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 sister.
bye.
bye. Oh man, the
bye.
little angel.
See, when I hear them talk like this, I'm like, oh, I want kids. But then I remember I still have a lot of growing to do. I can wait.
Ikea, what are you talking about, fam?
I don't
A lot
know.
of growing. Ah,
A lot
that's
of
what
growing
we're calling
to
it.
do.
That's what
Yes.
we're calling it now, huh? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
How have you
Okay.
been, Spooky?
I've been alive and trying to like live
Okay.
and preparing for the funeral. It's been hard, things just remind me of my mom and yeah, basically it's been like a roller coaster ride. I can't wait for it to be done. and so I can take like control of my life because I like being in control. And like right now, there's people in my space that I cannot control. Like it's just messing up my flow.
Oh, the family members, huh?
Charlie, it's terrible. And like how everybody like wants to be there, like when they weren't there when they needed to be. Like everybody is, ah, God, Charlie. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. But how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's hot
Mm.
in this country. Like the weather is so temperamental. I'm so sick of Sydney weather. I'm actually so sick of it. Like it was
Um.
cold this morning, right?
Mhm.
And then I went to work, obviously. So I got out during lunchtime, and all of a sudden it's hot. Like make
It's giving UK weather.
it's giving global warming, and I'm not. So sick of it.
Oh, okay. You don't want to be in Ghana right now, though.
I know. When I came to Ghana, it was so hot. Oh,
Yeah.
it
And right
sounds
now,
like
it's not even just hot. It's dry. Like it's
yeah.
very dry. Yeah.
Just every time I talk about Ghana, I sound like I'm complaining, and I feel like Ghanaians have a problem with that. So I just have to like be in their good books.
There's nobody that
Uh.
complains about Ghana more than
Well,
Spooky, so you're in good
like.
company.
Okay, so I
Ghanaians know the
When I
truth.
met this
Like,
guy, he had a whole Twitter campaign complaining about Ghana. Right? That's when I met
yeah.
you. So he's
I
always
was talking
complaining.
about yeah, I was talking about how we're not like taking opportunities. Like I feel like some of the problems like we complain about, like we actually have the power to solve, and some of it we don't have the power to solve, but we have the voice to solve, and we don't just talk about it. It's mad. Like yeah, Ikea has heard me on spaces when I go on one of my rants. Like
yeah,
Ghana
but
is
like I
just
want to do like the whole Ghana rant thing, but I feel like Ghanaians will come at me because they'll be like, "Well, you don't even live in the country, so you're not allowed to speak." Because I remember, I think I
hmm
came back a couple of like weeks ago, and I was on a Twitter space, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, the country is so horrible." And this one guy literally told me, "You've been out of the country for over a decade. You're not allowed to speak." And I was like, "I should be the one allowed to speak because I have lived
exactly.
somewhere else, and I feel like the standard is not over us. Like it's not something we can't do.
Yep.
It's just just people."
Yeah, people being people. And you see, the thing is like they have they have the knowledge that what you're saying is true. Like they live it. But just accepting that, oh, this person that has come to experience this lifestyle is saying the truth that I'm living. It's very difficult for people. It's like there's a certain ownership that they feel over the country that when you complain about it, it feels like you're complaining about them. I don't know why people feel like there's like, oh, you say Ghana is bad. Oh, you mean Ghanaians are bad? Like what do you mean? You lived outside the country for years. What are you like? How can you be saying you get I don't even
Yeah.
I mean,
understand that.
but how can you separate one from the other, though?
No, I like I don't have a problem if you say, oh, you've not lived in the country for a bit, so maybe you do not have the live experience for as long as I do. But to say you've come into the country, so don't talk about it is like, wait, like I've lived here, never gone anywhere, and I'm saying Ghana is bad. I've lived here, lived in a system that is working. I think I have an opinion. Like I think
Interesting.
I have
So,
more of an opinion than you do.
by the same token, do you believe
hmm
that anyone who's not lived in North America shouldn't talk about what it's like to live in North America?
Yeah.
I think yeah, that's the whole
I'm just
point.
asking. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, and let me tell you the reason why. Let me tell you the reason why. So, like, nobody in my family knows this, but I actually like before I went to North America a couple of weeks ago. I like had this
Wait,
preconceived
you
notion.
what? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
oh well, traveler. But anyways, um, I had
Okay.
notion that, America's a horrible place. You'll be walking along the streets and, people are going to shoot you. Everything like
Mm-hmm.
that. Everything the media paints out. And let me tell you, when you're walking down the streets, everybody minds their own business, okay? It's
Mm-hmm.
only a few bad apples and the people are incredibly nice. I thought
Yeah.
Americans suck up people in the world, from
Mm-hmm.
and right now I just have to shut up because right now I can't say, oh my gosh, Americans are so this. I can't say it again because I just have to
Yeah.
keep quiet because I've actually like seen and experienced, and now I get to shut up.
You see, the
Y-
experience is very cool, but I like the thing is, before you went there, you were talking about like other people's experiences, and you didn't have like the right to talk about it because then I mean you've not lived there. Now you've lived there, you can talk about it, but when somebody from there tells you, "Oh, that is not the reality we live," like the way you see them right now, you're like, "Oh, they're cool people." Somebody who has lived there for years is gonna be like, maybe you came on a slow weekend, or you came on a
yeah,
slow like couple of weeks, you know?
definitely.
Yeah. Michael, when are you coming to Ghana?
Actually, they want to go down in about 6 months because they they kicked off the charity stuff, and so
Mm-hmm.
they went to Volivo and Axim.
Vol okay, in the Volta region. They went to the Volta
Hmm.
region. Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
That is
And
so. Go there. Don't go to Accra.
Yeah. Michael
so
knows. Michael knows, my dear. He
Oh
knows.
my god.
so
He,
we visited the schools, met with the local leaders, met with the kids, all that kind of stuff. So now we're just collecting all the school supplies and backpacks to be sent down to the kids.
that's amazing, you know. And I love you guys for that, Charlie. Make an impact. We've been talking about this for a long time. It's
My gosh.
time to put some
I went
action in.
the only part of those areas that I went to was like Ebri. Cause
Mm-hmm.
Accra, cause I was born in Accra, so I just thought Accra is the same Accra that I grew up in. The smells of Accra. Oh my god.
Traumatizing. Traumatizing.
Oh
How come?
my lord. The smells of Accra.
Babes, I just
That's
gave you
all
one
I
word
can
to like,
say.
yeah, that I give you one word to just describe it all. It's just traumatizing. Like, I went to the airport to escort a friend, and when I was coming back, I was like, "This is how people see Ghana. Like your first entry, and this is how you see Ghana." Oh, come on! Like, oh shit! I just destroyed my PS4. God damn it!
It's okay. It was go anyways.
No, it wasn't.
Oh my gosh. And Michael, you know how you get out of some airports and you're like, wow? I got out of the
Mm.
airport and I was like, oh.
Oh my god. Where did you fly out from? Kotoka?
Oh, I came from Dubai and I stopped in Dubai for a day, went out in
Mm.
Dubai, did shopping in Dubai. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I came to, you can just see the stark difference. So I've gone Australia from Sydney to
Mm-hmm.
Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
gone out, I see development. I
Mm-hmm.
enter Ghana and I'm like,
Mm.
oh.
What the hell is happening?
That's all I had to
Uh,
say. I was like, oh. So this
like,
is it.
I feel like people that make stops in like in Dubai like are kind of unfair to like Africa or Ghana because like I mean even the Western world like in comparison to Dubai is like bro Dubai is doing something incredible. Like those people, man. Like, so I mean, if you come from Dubai to any country in Africa, you're just going to be like, ah, like what did I just do?
Yeah. Like
Wow, Charlie.
just oh. This is it. Like
Yeah.
the air when we were landing, like you could just see the difference in the air. Like, oh my god.
I bet there's a difference in the air.
No, the air, like you could see the I could just see the smoke over the air and I said but at that point
Hey,
I told the pilot to turn around and go back.
Charlie. Man, Charlie. I'm hoping that people do not have the same experience. Like Oh, I was asking where you flew out. Like when you were going back, where did you fly out of? Because I think they converted. What do you call it? What's the name of the place? The Kumasi airport into like an international airport.
Oh no, I lived in Accra the whole time that I was there, so it
Oh,
took
okay.
her.
Did you get to see the love of your life?
Who's the love of my life?
How many love of your lives do you have?
Honestly, let me not say anything. Because there
Why?
was a point I really didn't know my boyfriend. Are you talking about my Twitter crush?
I'm talking about the love of your life. Which one do I know? I don't know what you're talking about. Like right now, you're confusing me. I thought you had only one love of your
Yeah,
life.
I only do have one, but I don't know if you're joking or not.
Oh, okay, so the one that you went to see in North America is the love
Oh
of your
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I see
Yeah.
what's going on. So
I
you're
was
leading
at,
Mr. Man on here in Ghana. Oh, okay.
oh
Fear
no,
women.
no, no,
Fear
no.
women.
See, I told you that was like my ex Twitter crush. I don't have a Twitter crush on him anymore.
What happened?
Because I just don't have a Twitter crush on him anymore. It just went away. It just disappeared.
Women.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's not do that.
I'm just like fascinated. Interesting.
It just went away as fast as it came.
Well, do you want to tell me privately?
Oh no,
Because
no, no.
like,
That's actually the reason why it just disappeared.
babes, like,
I know
well,
you don't believe it, but you have to take my word for it because you don't have any other option.
okay.
Thank you.
All right, I see you. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh man, so when are you coming back? In December again?
Yeah, I'm seeing if I'll come with Bay in December.
I think you should start buying your tickets now.
No, it's already 4,000 Australian dollars right now with Emirates.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
know what I'm gonna do. It's 4K right now.
When does it go down?
Oh no, it's not gonna go down because Ghana is now like a hotspot. Everybody wants to go there, so it's not gonna go down.
Okay.
But
I
I will
mean, I
get
don't
it.
know whether, yeah, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly.
See, this is another thing that I wanted to say. Like, I don't think all this tourism is necessarily good for the country because it's not going into the right places at all. And also,
I
like
took, yeah. Go
the
ahead,
things
sorry.
I was able to like do in Ghana that the average Ghanaian has been waiting for 6 months for is crazy. I got my Ghana card done in like 12 hours. I had it printed and done. I got a passport in 24 hours.
Because you have money. You
No,
know,
I didn't pay extra for it. That's the thing.
babes, you don't get it. It's not about paying. You know, when you see, sometimes it's who is going to lead you into the room. You get it. Wherever it is that you're going to have a service done, it's not about you, the person going. It's about who you know, how you enter the room. If you go yourself, like, who are you? If you do not go yourself, who is the person that came with you? You understand? And how do they treat like that person? Like maybe they owe them a favor, so because of that, they would, you know, do the thing for you quickly. Maybe they've paid them beforehand because they're trying to give you a good experience of Ghana. I mean, there's a lot of factors, but it's not because the system is efficient. That's one thing I can tell you.
Yeah, I guess. But like, I have a passport now, so I don't have to pay for a visa when I'm coming. So that's a bit exciting. And yeah.
Babes, I'm coming. Yeah, hold on.
Alrighty.
Where's Michael?
Michael is on mute.
Michael, have you made any new music in my absence?
Michael, are you a musician? I guess Michael is not available. Please leave a
Michael.
message after the tone.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you
Give me 5 minutes. I'm doing something.
Alrighty.
But I'm listening. I'm actually listening. I'm surprised that we couldn't meet. I thought you'd come to Takadu. When Nita came, I took her on a tour of Takadu.
You,
We went to
you,
Zulezu, we
Spoon,
went to a couple. Yeah.
all these people that you met, they're a lot older than me.
It doesn't matter.
And
I
I went
mean,
to go live home. Like I went home. So I
I get
had
it.
all these people, because like I said, I have everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're so much older. Duh, it's been 11 years. Obviously, I'm supposed to grow. And that was it. Like the whole, and I had diarrhea days. I was even supposed to go meet Nanayao, and I never got to. I didn't get to meet anybody I wanted to meet. I was meeting family after family after family. I did not even know I knew that many people. So
I'm sorry about that. So no
it's just
experience.
next time it was warm, if that makes sense. I didn't hate it. I just have a lot of questions for the leaders in the country, but I'm not the CEO of the country, so I can't fire them. But if I could, I would. But that's it. Yeah. It was a very warm experience. It's a very warm country. The people are nice. And yeah.
Did you try to buy anything with your accent?
Oh my gosh. So I went to Osu, and then my cousin and I, because my cousin flew in from the UK for a week whilst I was there. And, you know, I tried to buy something at Osu, and I went with her and her friends, and none of them speak Tree, and my Tree is horrible. And this man is quoting like 170 CDs for like a dress. And I was like, I'm putting that in dollars, and I'm like, that's okay. But then I was like, hold on a minute. So I switched languages, and they're actually able to reduce the prices. I was like, so what do you mean?
I
It's
mean, the first mistake you did was talk to them in an accent. Even I'm sure, even though they got it down, they got it down
It
from
could
say
have been like further
yeah,
down. Yeah.
yeah. It's easier when Nita came. This is what she did. She made Nana Yao her tour guide. So when she needed to get something, Nana Yao would go as the front man, and she would come after and ask for the same price, and he would be like, "Oh, okay." The accent, huh? Yeah.
They charge you for having an accent. Like it's not my fault I have an accent. You have one.
Uh, it's
We all
your
have one.
fault. It's your
No,
fault.
no.
It's your fault. Why the hell did you leave Ghana so long?
I,
Nanaya would have been an excellent tour guide for you, getting you everything you need. But you said
I
no.
know.
I'll get it myself with my accent.
I know. I know. I
Ah,
really, I really thought I was doing something, but it's okay. I had like nice experiences, so it's fine.
yeah. The next time you come tap in with Nanaya, honestly, the places you go, and the thing is, he's gonna give you video, so you can document everything that you're going to do when you're here. That's one thing that a lot of people do not get when they come to Ghana. They just get the memories from experiencing it, being there, but they don't remember it because after a few days, I don't say days, a few months to years, it just becomes that memory they try to remember. But when you have it in video, you can revisit it anytime. I'm surprised that Michael has left this space and gone off. Michael, Michael, I'm I was even going to mess. This is a recorded space. Michael, what's up? Uh, Pearls, are you there? Have you dropped off the little angel? Wait, Ikia, we're here alone. Ikia, are you there? Hey, what's happening? Michael, are you there? Nana, do you hear me? Oh, so like, why the rest not they hear me? Nana here, they hear me. Michael, where are you? Okay, yes. Charlie, I I wanted to join. So, oh, Ikea posted a picture. Charlie, we go link. Nana, I just look.
Hello. Welcome to the Syndicate. Yo, what's going on, shorty? What's poppin'? Yay.
Copy, yeehhyeee. Got a copy. You there, mate?
Hey, sorry, just talking to Manish.
Hey, mate. How are we?
Oh, man. Good.
It's the go. Been busy?
Yeah. No, you know what? Hold on one sec. I'm gonna restart this. I'm gonna reset this.
Okay.
1 sec. Hold on.
Yeah. All right.
There we go.
I can hear.
There we go. All right.
What did you restart?
Oh, I just closed the app and restarted it again.
Oh, okay.
Man, 3 a.m. in Toronto.
I was just about to ask you getting much sleep?
Tomorrow I have a big presentation at 12 for the school, so I'm just
Okay.
planning out my day tomorrow so that I can wake up and be relaxed when I wake up.
Ah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've been wanting some big hours. So what happened with KC? You said I mentioned in the chat that he got an offer?
So yeah, there was an organization that said, "Hey, we want to put $10,000 into developing your financial literacy app."
Wow.
You know, and he said no because they wanted it for themselves. But
Yeah.
you know, it's a good sign.
I kind of figured that because of some of the posts he's put up, recently. They want to use it for marketing purposes and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's good. You know, he's all things considered. But no, you know, we met with him, and I met with him and Manish, and then I created him a prototype for the app. So
Also, 10 grand isn't really that much.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like $500 after inflation. You know, so
People are going to start dealing in grams of gold or something.
I say it again.
The little food buzzer went off. People are going to start dealing in grams of gold or something like that.
Hmm.
I tell you what, I'm seeing some crazy things happening in Canada on the feed. I don't know whether to believe it or not.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, just what your man Trudeau and stuff are doing with the assisted suicide and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's an interesting turn, eh? When does socialized healthcare turn on the patient? When we come back, a Project Veritas exclusive.
Yeah, Veritas. Doing great things.
Oh man, that's my favorite.
How do we get a job with them?
I think you have to be like a hot gay guy or a hot girl. Those are the two positions they're filling.
Be with you, so just sorting out dinner. Yeah, that's me out. You there, mate? Got held up. My bad.
Yeah, no, I'm here. Mm-hmm.
So you got a presentation on? I don't know if this is going to be too much background noise for us to have a conversation or not. Let me know. We'll talk later. This kid's going rank everywhere here.
Mm-hmm. All good.
So, did you vet this company at all? So like, what did you guys do to vet them to make sure they were legit, or
Which one?
the one that offered Casey the 10 grand?
Oh, well, you know, he's in the industry, right? So, you know, he knows a lot of banks and non-profits and blah, blah, blah. So,
Right.
yeah, he said now that he knows there's demand,
Yep.
he's just going to start making a lot of calls, right?
Awesome.
And with Manish there in the background, um, now he knows he can affordably get things done.
Great.
Whereas before it was like, oh man, do you need $250,000 to do this? Well, not exactly, right?
Yep.
So he might not even need 25,000. He might just need 5.
Yeah. And then reap the rewards elsewhere. Because I was thinking, like, for that, you could do a cheap spin off. That's like a package deal, and like, this is what you get for 10 grand, and then
Mm-hmm.
sign it off from there. But I think
Yeah. So,
probably ethics and morals that go in with what he's doing as well.
well, I created like a minimum viable prototype, right? And I sent it to him. He made some changes. It's nothing fancy, but it gives you an idea. So hold on,
Okay.
let me send this here. Um, yeah, it's one of those things that is far from perfect. But I talked to him, and once I understood like the model in his head, I created the app. And
Awesome.
yeah, take a look. I just DM'd it. Yeah.
Okay. Casey app.
So you can tap on the image.
Is that Shinji's girl? Is that that's a guy?
Mhm.
Casey, my credit score. Yep. Nope. Improvements identified. Call now. Oh, and there's an ad there. Is that an ad? Oh no, hang on.
Well,
Soka.
kind of, right? So it's like, hey, you want to, we've identified some changes. Would you like to implement them? Or at least hear about
Yeah.
them? Yeah, all right. Give me a call or send me a text. And now you're in touch with Casey.
Very cool. Very cool.
Right? So I didn't use any code for that. That's just an Excel spreadsheet.
Oh, is that like an app sheets one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I remember dealing with app sheets years ago for a mining company. But
Yeah, you were telling me.
I just used it to solve a problem that I needed, and then all of a sudden everyone started sending, like going, this guy just created an app and he did it this way, and I'm like, no, I didn't really create an app. I just used the feature of an app type thing.
Mhm.
But you don't know what you don't know, eh?
Yeah, we just needed to get him started, you know? So now he's started. So. Also got off the phone with Manish because India graduates a lot of nurses and Canada is hiring a lot of nurses. So,
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, well, I just saw a video about how nurses are like struggling for work, trying to hold down 3 jobs whilst they're doing their placement.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But I'm starting to think it's like, well, we were warned about this from our, forefathers that if we kept taking the cheaper option and kept buying cheap, eventually it was going to bite us in the ass. And I think this is one of the reasons why things are happening the way it is because the money's being distributed, and you take that cheap option, and you keep supporting the corporate decisions. So now they've got all the money and the power and the lobbying. I don't know if you can hear me, man, but
Yeah, I can
yeah,
hear you. Mm-hmm.
the background noise isn't too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I can hardly hear myself think.
Upscaled. Download. Man, the quality on these images is so friggin' good, man. Wow. What the frig?
What you up to?
Um, I figured out how to train my own model. So I just sent you a DM of the upscaled version. The lighting is crazy.
Taking a look. Oh wow. Go Shinji.
Right? So I was telling Casey, if you could have a collection of images that look the same, you can train your own model and create a whole universe of people that look more or less the same. That's
Just throwing down on some dinner. I'll be with you shortly, mate.
no, take your time. I'm just working away. Control slate? No. About me. And slate. Now we have music.
So is Manish looking for opportunities to sort of apply uh, his business to apps like what Casey's doing, what Richie's doing, and things like that?
Yeah, yeah. Again, because Manish is not just Manish. Manish is everyone he knows, and he's been working at some of the largest companies in the world, including Intel. You know.
Okay, and we're seeing some evidence of like younger kids from his country actually coming to him for advice too.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So, like, I just got off the phone with him and a few of his people because Canada is in need of nurses, and so I might be speaking to more people on my side to see if we can bring the two countries together. So far, I've got the initial yeses, but
It's funny you say that because one of my business ideas that I've been talking about investing is working in the background is we've got a system over here called Allied Health.
hmm
Canada's probably got something else that's similar to it, whereby semi-trained individuals are being supervised by the health professional, and therefore going to physio or like a doing physio and rehabilitation work is being
hmm
catered for by a semi-trained individual.
exactly.
Setting
Yeah.
up a labour hire industry in there and setting up an actual company that contracts out that work would
hmm
probably be, go gangbusters.
Yeah. They when there was a shortage of nurses, they created a new occupation called the personal support worker. But the idea that the personal support worker could do a lot of the tasks that were holding back the nurse.
Right.
So, and they've created some more, like, um, live-in nannies, right? For people that work. Because when you look at the amount of money that somebody pays to a babysitting service, that could be a whole person's full year salary if you can move them into your basement, right?
Yeah. And then for a government or health institution to be able to scale that workforce on need. So if you had an app, I'll have to talk about all this later because I used to think about this a lot in
Mhm.
consulting.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is right now there's the demand in Canada for these healthcare workers. So much so that they've created new occupations with less skill just so that they can cover all of the bodies that they have to treat, right? So I could know in the next few days, but if I hear something back positively, it could be a big thing very quickly.
Yeah, mate, that's super interesting. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of possible opportunities. So I guess you're just gonna have to go with the flow and go where the think things are gonna possibly grow to a certain point where it's going to be a question of scalability and what everyone's doing. Got a question for you, Yui, when you're ready.
I'm here, yeah.
How far are you off creating an attract funding AI host for Spaces?
Well, let's think about this from first principles. What would the bot have to do?
Emulate you?
Would it have to be able to mute itself as well?
To yes, but it doesn't have to essentially use the Spaces mic.
You're right, exactly. So we can leave it open. It's interesting because so far I was able to train a model, an image model, right? So I'm pretty sure I have enough data to train, right?
Definitely, I think so.
A custom version of ChatGPT. That'd be interesting. I wonder how you would do that training. That's interesting. Hmm. I wonder. Because it would just have to be able to respond, right?
Yeah, but with, like I said, the UE algorithm, or possibly even a syndicate AI.
Yeah, I almost think it would be easier to train it on a single person rather than on the entire body of documentation. But that doesn't have to necessarily be the case. So yeah, you could do a syndicate AI. Yeah.
Well, in this situation, yeah, when you begin with, for sure. But like Pretender said, they either like you or they hate you, right?
Mhm.
So the evolution would be to have an idea or a likelihood of what that person would respond to before they actually spoke.
Just thinking through it. I think it could be done. For a long time, I was afraid of taking that next step of training a model, right? Because that sounds like really fancy egghead shit. But now that I've trained an image model, maybe I can train a text model.
Yeah, it would be like would be a handful of APIs, different AIs coming together.
Could be. Again, even the technology is changing, right? So what's true today is not necessarily, true tomorrow.
Right, but if you've got someone like Manish with his contacts, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I'm less worried about the how these days.
yeah, but so you understand what I'm talking about. So you could actually be starting to build your resources or your human resources for the projects in terms of scalability. You're going to need to have a nice bank there of people who are ready to go on projects.
Yeah, well, with Manish, we have Israel and India, so I've been
Yeah,
talking to
how's
him a
it
lot.
going?
Hey,
Before anybody follows me in here, I just want you to know, like I'm actually wondering what you guys are talking about.
if you listen, you might find out.
No, I
Yeah.
was trying to listen, but I couldn't understand.
Yeah, keep listening.
All right, then I'm out of here. See, people, hey, get the fuck out of here, homie. It's not gonna be good.
Well, why don't you stay?
Fucking weirdos.
Oh, you're gonna leave? Aw. I didn't get my way. You're supposed to respond to my questions. I don't respond to yours.
Yeah,
Different
you
shows
can,
him.
can't you?
You know, it's funny. I did that
You
for
try.
you.
What's that?
I did that for you. Yeah, I knew you would enjoy that.
You knew what?
I knew you'd enjoy that.
Yeah,
Because
thanks.
that's your approach, right? Be like,
Yeah.
hey, what's going on? I don't know. Why don't you fucking listen? That's your response. Huh. But I don't know what's going on. Yeah, because you didn't shut up.
Yeah, because you just popped in and just like,
Yeah,
I'm up.
nobody owes you shit, you pylon.
Come into the space and say something like, "Tell me what you're
Oh,
talking," so I can tell you what you should be talking about.
oh. Yeah, or I can give you my spin on it because obviously you're not thinking about it correctly. Yeah, you're rubbing off, Hurls. That was a Hurls response to the troll. Because I know you hate when people come up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it in times when there's just, when there's a good flow conversation going. Well, there's good
Mm-hmm.
flow. Conversation. It's like, yeah, don't dam the river.
Wonder where you want.
Sit on the bank, watch how it's flowing. Decide where you're going to dip your toes as you cross. Feel the stones. Feel the stones as you cross the river. And you can see where you can jump in and swim or just cross the river and move the fuck on.
And I told him to come back. Poor guy.
I think maybe the question is like, what are you guys talking about? But the real question you want to know is like, um, I want to talk about something,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody will listen.
I've been
So
hopping from room to room to room, and nobody will take me seriously.
I'm
I
gonna
get it.
pretend. I'm gonna pretend to be interested in what you're talking about. I'm not even gonna fucking listen. And then when you're done telling me what you're talking about, I'm gonna tell you what I want to talk about.
Yeah, it's like a
Let's
really bad. It's like Casey if he was terrible at what he did.
yeah, let's try it out. Let's see if he'll listen to what you want to talk about, what you were talking about, and then see if he directs the conversation. If he does come back, do you follow him?
No, it's not my first time seeing that guy. What are you guys talking about? I don't know. Maybe you should listen. It's so funny. I don't know your shit.
So I'm pulling 11-hour days currently.
Trading Trav.
Terrible.
Has anything changed? You left it just. You came back to it just how you left it.
No, it's getting worse day by day.
Really? Eh?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's go wash our hands. All right, mate. I've got to cruise and
Mm-hmm. Do your thing.
serve my little princess some ice cream. the ice cream, you don't come back, okay? You're coming to get the ice cream, or you're going to go play? I'm going to get the ice cream. You want to get an ice cream first? Okay. I'll do it by myself. You want to do it by yourself? Okay. Yeah. Find the ladies. All right, mate. I'm
All
going
right,
to go
Ethan.
shower. I'll
Mm-hmm.
talk to you on. Congratulations on everything.
Yeah, thanks.
Catch up.
All right, talk to you soon.
See ya.
Mhm. This has been the Syndicate. Yo, what's going on? Shorty, what's poppin'? Yeah, eh? Don't make me pull out that machine, dog.